Good afternoon, student. This is Vijay Vane. I'm making the video of the things that we have covered so far. So this video is just about the basic that we have learned. So let's take it one by one. First one, we have taken the current. So current, as I have told you, is nothing but the flow of charges. So in general, the wire that we see in our house has metal in it. So the majority carrier in the metal is electron. So therefore the current flowing through the metal wire is due to electron. Now next thing that I have told you about the spark and the thunder. So whenever there is the loose connection, you might have seen the spark. So what is that spark? How does this occur? This occur due to flow of charges through air. Air generally do not conduct electricity, or it occurs high resistive path. But if there is no other way for the flow of electron, and if there is lot of potential difference, then electron or charges can flow through the air, and in that case there will be the sparking along with some sound. So when this occur in low scale, for example in our house, so we will see the spark. But whenever this happen in the cloud, because cloud also have charges, and between two clouds there are chances of flowing that charges, so in that case the thunder will occur. So we can hear the big sound as well as we can see the flash of the light. Now there are two types of thunder also. One which flows or which occur between two clouds, so that thunder do not fall on the ground, because in this case there is the flow of charge between two clouds. On the other hand, when the thunder fall on the ground, there is discharge of electron or charges from the cloud to the ground. In that case, the thunder will fall on the ground. One more thing I have told you, that if you or our building wanted to be protected from such thunder, then there should be a pole nearby to your building. The height of the pole must be higher than your building, so that the thunder will not fall on your house. Instead, it will fall on that pole, and your house will be safe from that thunder. Then one more important parameter that we have studied was mass density. So first we have to make the definition of mass density. You know mass very well. So mass density is nothing but the mass per unit volume. Means how much mass is there in unit volume. So here unit volume means 1 meter cube volume. For example, there is a cube whose volume is 1 meter cube, and if we place any another matter in that, so how much is the weight of that matter is nothing but the mass density. For example, if we put water in 1 meter cube, then its value or its mass in kg is about 997 kg. It means that in 1 meter cube, 997 kg of water can be drawn or can be stored. So that will represent mass density of water. In similar way, if we put iron in that 1 meter cube volume, then its mass will be nearly 8,000 kilogram. So the mass density of the iron is nearly 8,000 kilogram per meter cube. If we take example of wood, then same value will be around 500 to 900 kg per meter cube, because wood have the different density. Some wood are heavier and some are lighter. So from this example we can conclude that the mass density is different for the different matter. So if we want to see which subject or object will deep into another, we have to check its mass density. For example, the mass density of the water is nearly 1000 kg per meter cube, and that of wood is around, if we take the average value, it is 700. Then a typical wood will float on the water because the mass density of the wood is less than that of water. On the other hand, the mass density of the iron, which is around 8000 kg per meter cube, so it will definitely dip into the water. Another thing that we have studied in the basic lecture was the atomic structure of matter. Many of the students know this, but they forgot, so it is very essential to recall this fact again and again. So every matter has its constituent element, that is atom, or the basic unit is atom. So one must know the structure of atom. So atom constitutes at its center nucleus. Nucleus is made up of neutron and proton, and around it the electrons are revolving. Electrons have negative charge. On the other hand, protons have positive charge, and neutrons are electrically neutral. So as every matter is made up of such number of atoms, all its mass is due to this electron, neutron and proton. So whenever we say that mass of particular thing or object, or for example our own mass that we generally say weight, is all due to this electron, proton and neutron. Okay, it's over for today. We will continue in the next video. Thank you.